Pictures is now live. Multi-streaming with
Alright. I don't know how this is gonna go. I really don't. This patch is pretty broke. Hell, I got a hair hanging somewhere. It's tickling my nose here. Like I say, it's pretty broke. Pretty broke. But we'll try. Star mount.
Activating now.
Oh wow, stuck me at the star. I probably don't have enough fuel to get there. Son of a bitch. Oh, barely. To get to here. Huh. Alright. Close star map. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Alright. Let's see. I'm out at the neutron star. Close comms.
Comlink
I
closed.
say this patch is really bad. Range.
Collecting data.
Servers are bad. Everything about it's bad. Bad. Should have never been put on the PU. Jump.
Jumping.
Terrible frame rates on this patch. Massive RAM usage. Lots of crashes. Lots of disconnects. Like I say, not a good patch. I think, personally, I just think the engine's overloaded. They got so much shit crammed into this engine, it just can't handle the load. I don't think it'll ever handle the load. They're claiming, well, we'll get server meshing in and that'll fix it. Well, SOCS was supposed to fix most of it and it didn't fix it, so why would we believe server meshing's going to fix it? Just don't believe it. And they're talking about having a free fly event. Boy, yeah, showcase your stupidity. There you go. Bring people into such a shitty patch. You're going to have to get it running a whole lot better for you try a free fly. Because it's really not impressive right now at all. You seem to be able to get in now. Yesterday you couldn't even get in past the endless queues. They did seem to fix that where you can at least get in the game, but now it's crashing a lot and disconnecting a lot. Just don't understand how they do things. Do not understand it. And I'm lucky I got enough fuel to get here. Take me back out to the star. I was on my way to refuel when the game crashed. I'd have been better off if it didn't recover. I didn't try to recover, it just did. I was surprised I was in the ship. And then to find out I was right in the middle of the whole solar system out at the star. So very lucky I got enough fuel to even get here. And if it won't refuel at the R&R, I will, I'll just have to reclaim the ship on insurance. I'm going to try to do a touch and go. Land on a pad, hopefully the refuel will work. Hopefully. Like I say, this patch is a mess. It was a mess on the PTU. It got worse when they sent it to the PU. But everybody was complaining, we want the new patch, we want the new patch. And now they're complaining, why did you release this patch? Why did you release this patch? I swear to God, people just aren't very smart. Come on, cool down. Let's close the distance. Range.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jumping.
I'll try not to hit any rocks. No guarantees. So frame rates are terrible. Permission to land.
Approach protocols engaged.
Close mobile glass.
Closing mobile glass.
As soon as I see it. Oh, way up there this time. Shit, normally down there on the bottom. That's alright. Just bring her up. Landing mode.
The landing gear is down and locked.
Hopefully the refuel station works. We'll just get on our way. Touchdown! Mobile glass.
Landing complete.
Open
Numbers
mobile
saved.
glass.
All right. See, we're just about out of fuel. We don't have much in here. Doesn't. I think it fills up. I think if it's empty, I think it only takes 39 UEC. I'm surprised I could get anywhere. Okay, I didn't have much repair, so take off.
Ascending. Retracting modules. Handing you the con.
As long as we're attracting modules,
Thank
we're
you.
good.
Please visit again.
Well, I don't know. Looks like we're drifting sideways for whatever reason. Star map.
Activating now.
Now let's try it. Okay, now it's going to be corrupted, right? No, okay, we can at least go to Crusader. Close star map. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Range.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jumping.
Yeah, frame rates are way down. I mean, it's just not a good patch. I should be getting in the game 50 plus. Barely pulling 40. Not quite. Yeah, maybe getting 40 once in a while, but I should be getting over 50. My headset's running 80, 82, which is why it's playable in VR. If it wasn't for ASW, it would not be playable. But it takes the frame rate and creates an extra frame to throw in there to keep the headset resolution where it's supposed to be. And in this case, about one extra frame per frame. But it can be more, especially on this patch. Yeah, I don't think they need to put all the glare, this extra glare on the canopy. It's bad enough we got to look at the sun. Now we got to look at the glare on the other side, reflected off the canopy. And it's really a mess in a Prospector. Oh, in a Freelancer, it's wonderful. The whole front of your screen looks like it's all iced up now. You got such a shitty view in a Freelancer, and the developers decided let's block more of your view because we think it's cool. Now my HUD's got to adjust because of all the glare. There's the brightness kick back up. Like I say, I just not a very good patch. I swear to God, I got a nose. I got a hair on my face mask somewhere that's just tickling the front of my nose. About to drive me nuts. Not that I'm very far from nuts to begin with. Don't have far to drive. I play Star Citizen. That tells you all you need to know. Not quite a full deck. My buddy Deminute Warlock can't even play this patch now. He has an invisible character. He has never done an account reset. Never, ever, ever. Much less. But when he logged in this patch yesterday or last night, his character turned invisible and the mobile glass is invisible. And nothing he has tried has fixed it. I gave him every suggestion I could think of. He looked on the internet. He looked in the issue council. So he cannot even play the game on this patch. And I'm sure he's not the only one who logged in and found out that they are the Invisible Man. No armor on, no helmet. He tried to recreate his character so many times because that was one of the fixes. Just keep going into character creation and remaking it. Never worked. He's probably done it a couple dozen times, trying it. He can't get off world. He tries to get off world. He dies automatically. Nobody in the game can see him. He's invisible not only to himself, he's invisible to everybody. Can't equip any armor or nothing to make him uninvisible because the mobile glass is messed up too. So, pretty screwed up situation. And of course, he has, like me, he's earned a lot more than I have. Credits in the game. Doesn't really want to do a character reset. And the thing about the character reset, everybody who's tried it has just created more problems. Then you get all kinds of bugs on top of the bugs. So I don't know. I have no idea how he's going to fix it, or if CIG will even respond to him and try to fix it. It's pretty much a mess. I know Sway tried to play last night, but he's in California and it was already midnight, and I was bushed. I was ready to get off, quit messing around. So I don't know how he turned out. Range.
Collecting data.
See if I can find Alice. Oh, there it is. Why wouldn't it let me do it on the star map? It wasn't obstructed. Oh well. Jump.
Jumping.
Looks like I need to eat something. I do have some MRIs and MREs, MRIs. Hell, I forget which one's right. Military. I forget what it even stands for. Military something. It's not like I've been in the military in the last 40 years. Permission to land.
Approach protocols engaged.
Close mobile glass.
Please
Closing
proceed to
mobile
side
glass.
landing bay.
Landing mode.
The landing gear is down and locked.
We are down and locked. Locked and loaded. Yeah, I think technically we're supposed to park the other direction, but I don't care. Landing is a landing. Mobile glass.
Landing complete.
Open mobile
Pleasant
glass.
stay.
We'll refuel it if it'll let us. Nope. Close mobile glass.
Closing mobile glass.
Power down.
Powering down.
Ba, ba, ba. Somebody's prospector sitting there. Whoops. Nope, go left. Whoops. Come on, mister. Get out of the way. Just get out of the way. Alright. Let's try some of these credits. Get some of these credits back that I had to spend to get all my gear back. I had to spend what? Another, 100,000, 150,000. It disappeared on their partial wipe. Can no longer store it, it looks like. So we're going to go try to see if the game will run long enough that I can make a load in a prospector.
A reminder that vehicles left unattended on launch platforms will be returned to
I left that channel a long time ago. See, that's not a good sign. That should have flashed up as soon as I got out of the ship. Now, it's probably going to kick up red here, but it'll actually spawn it. Like I say, there are just so many.
I have warps. But I don't. Seem to get it to work.
What's your headset?
Please try again.
Because I'm definitely running warps here. Definitely want them using. So my first question would be what your headset is, what headset it is.
HTC Vive.
Vive does work. So you're having to run it through Steam VR. Am I correct? Startup.
Yay.
Acknowledged.
Did you download the cloud profile for Star Citizen? From the cloud profile menu on the general screen, it says cloud. It says local profiles and cloud profiles. You'll want to download Star Citizen Warp X 20.2,
No.
I think it is. It's you.
Where do I find that?
Just click on the cloud profile and type in Star Citizen, and it'll find it for you. And then you'll have to download it, but make sure you download the one that was created by Ralph, VorpX. There are several in there that people try to do a better job, but trust me, none of them work. But there's one, just type in Star Citizen. When it brings up the cloud profile screen, it says game, type in Star Citizen. It'll bring you a list of profiles. It should be the one at the top. Will say Star Citizen VorpX, and it'll say it was created by VorpX. That's the one you want. Range.
Collecting data.
I mean, you can make your own from scratch, but the difference is, unless you know what you're really doing with VorpX, you'll probably not get it running. Jump.
Jumping.
So that would be your first step, to make sure the cloud profile is loaded. And then once you download it, VorpX will automatically load that profile when you try to start Star Citizen. It's not something you have to do. You just have to download it once, and VorpX takes care of the rest. There is a tutorial for getting this set up in my YouTube page. On my YouTube page, if you're on Twitch, I'm not affiliate, so I can't upload or upload stuff like that. Or there'd be one on Twitch too, but it is on the YouTube's channel. How to set it up from scratch. Jump. Oops, range.
Jumping.
No, range. Why aren't you ranging? Range. There it goes.
Collecting data.
Jump.
Jumping.
nice if it'd be daylight, but I guess I can't get that lucky. God, frame rates are just terrible in this patch. Just terrible. 30? Yeah. Thank God for ASW. What the hell is that tinkling noise? Lights?
Lights on.
Does the frame rate make you sick?
No. I'm using ASW, so my headset's actually getting 80 to 85. So, and I'm not subject to seasickness anyway, so I'm one of the lucky people that just doesn't bother me. Now, why have I got a quantum beacon? I don't have any missions. See, that's something wrong with the program. Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may
And
not
it is
proceed.
way down in this patch. This patch is awful. Not only is it super buggy, its frame rates are really low compared to what it was in 3.82. I should be getting over 40 here game-wise, but my headset's running. Right now it's running at 80. ASW makes extra frames for when the game does not have enough frame rates, which is why it looks so smooth. I don't even know if they've got the scanner working in this patch yet. Well, I guess it does. Can't believe they got that big blob on the screen. They added all these damn reflections of these canopies now, and it just ruined the view for everybody on every ship. I could have swore that rock should have been right in front of us. There it is. Huh. Mining mode.
Affirmative. Stand by.
2%. Not a great rock. So I'm not even going to bother. Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may not
I mean, I
proceed.
could possibly get a piece out of it, but it's not worth the time. Aggregate's a good material. It's just, I like much better percentages than 2%. And I might get one good piece out of it after I spend 10 minutes fracturing it all down. It's just not worth my trouble. Of course, you know, I could crash in DC at any time and there won't be any trouble at all. Mining mode.
Affirmative. Stand by.
And you shouldn't have to do what I'm doing, switching over to mining mode to be able to find out what the rocks are, but the scanners aren't. The scanner's not working right. It hasn't worked right for several releases. Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may not proceed.
Yeah, this scanner here should let me know what's in a rock without having to switch it back and forth between scanners. But it doesn't work 99% of the time. Occasionally it'll give a reading, but not very often. Another bug. Mining mode.
Affirmative. Stand by.
Want it. Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may not proceed.
And about the only thing I'll really mine is brexilite, taranite, agrium. I will do, depends on how much load I have and what the percentage is on this new quantarium or quantanite or yeah, whatever they're calling it. Mining mode. Trouble is when you do it, you pretty much gotta, see, there we go. 1% is not enough for me to mess with. That stuff is very, very valuable. However, it's the new volatile material, and if you keep it in your ship for too long, it will blow up and kill you. And being as I'm empty right now, I'm going to be out for a while, so it's not worth me trying to mine. It's not worth me coming all the way out here for 1%. I'm not going to get that much quantity to make it worth my while to go back and to run back to port already. Scanning mode. So I just won't bother.
Accepted. You may not proceed.
Now, if I was almost full or 3/4 full, I'd probably mine it. But just because I am dead empty, it just isn't worth my trouble. Now, this Daymar is a desert world. That means that you need, if you're going to get out, if you find any gems to mine, which will be hadonite on this planet, which is valuable. Full rucksack full's worth 16.5K in credits, 16,500 credits. But you can't stay out long. Oh, here's a whole cluster. Because this world's a hot weather world unless you have the hot weather environment gear, which I do have. Mining mode. But if you're just in standard armor and you get out, you're going to die in a hurry. Lucky there'll be one rock here that's got agrium or something in it. Whoops. I just don't mess with the lesser materials. It's just not worth my. They don't pay that well. I mean, if you're happy with making 10K a run, they're fine to do. I mean, but I like to make. Yeah, my minimum's probably 50,000. I don't like doing anything that has less than that. I can't make at least 50,000, and I try to make 79, 75 to 100K a run. Try to. Just takes more patience. Why all these rocks here, I mean, they're perfectly mineable. See, there it is, 10%. There's a good rock. Well, let's just hope the game doesn't crash. And I may get maybe 40% full. Depends on how big the rock is. On one rock like that, 10%, I might get 40%. That's pretty good size, so we ought to do all right here. If everything works right. Now, there's no guarantee that it's not going to bug out on me. I'll blow us all up. Come on. Every time I think I'm going to have to move closer, it takes off again. That's part of mining. It will fool you, and all of a sudden it'll take off. And especially once you get it into green, you got to feather your throttle. And if you start climbing too fast, you need to back off in a hurry, or it'll blow up and kill you. Now, there won't be any mineable yet. Oh, there's a piece. See, completely 700 mass piece. Is
the mining has new sounds.
Yeah, they changed some of the sounds. Gimbals. They did a lot of gimbals. Trying to get it on. Okay, there's a 100% piece already, and it's not broke. Don't want that piece. Don't want that piece. Don't want that piece. Don't want that piece. So we do want this one piece here. So we'll kind of slide around here so we can get a better angle of the angle. Whoops. Come on, hold still. I'm not in hover mode, so it's going to drift a little bit, especially if the wind picks up. Which I could switch it into VTOL mode, but if I don't need to, I usually don't. Come on, don't lose it.
What's up, y'all? I'm smoking a bowl and this mine stones are awesome.
And now you're watching somebody mine rocks. Okay, that should be green. Doesn't show green, but it should be.
Game looks great.
Yeah, this patch is not very good performance-wise. You'll probably notice I have RTTS on, and you'll notice it's using a whole lot of RAM, and the frame rates aren't all that good. This patch has a lot of issues, but it is still pretty. I figured about 40%, and that's what we're going to get better than 40. A really nice rock. Titanium we don't want. I think that's all we're going to get out of this one. Yep. That's pretty good haul on one rock. That's probably worth 40,000 credits right there, even a 43% load. So that's a good load. That's a good rock. Don't want that one. I should have a couple more over here. Check. I don't think we actually get any more. Usually in a cluster you get one, but you won't get more than one. That's a good one. Oops. Nope. Nope. Looks like that's all we're going to get. So we're going to have to find another rock.
I think I may hold off to get Vorps to work.
Well, like I say, you gotta download the official profile. No, it's not official, but it's one that's made by Ralph, who created Vorpex, and it works really well. It's the one I'm using. I can make customs, and I use his because it's done really well. I mean, I've done tweaks to it, you know what I mean? In-game settings, changes, and Vorpex menu settings, but his profile that he made for Star Citizen is really good to get you started. Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may now proceed.
And I could actually upload mine that I'm using, how I've adjusted it to the cloud profile. But the trouble is, every machine's different. So what works good on mine may not work good on somebody else's. And a lot of the stuff is personal preferences. So that's why I made the tutorial, and I go through what, you know, I give you a basic setup to get it working, and then it's up to you, and then it's up to everybody in their own computers to get what works best for them. But if you watch a tutorial and follow the directions, it will get it running. And then you have to tweak it for your machine. Video card, CPU, you know, what you can get away with, you know, is how much backbone your PC has. And I don't have a supercomputer by any stretch.
I will go look.
Yeah, I don't have a supercomputer by any stretch of the imagination. I'm running a 2700 AMD CPU, and I've got a MSI Gaming Z 5700 XT as my video card. And I do have 32 mega RAMs, but it's required, that's because I stream, of course. It takes up and have other stuff on. So I use more RAM than most people. Although this game right now is using a whole bunch of RAM all by itself. I think 16, 17 megs. It's kind of ridiculous. Mining mode.
Affirmative, stand by.
Oh, come on. Pick it up. See, this is a bug. Rock's right in front of me, but yet I can't scan it. Mining mode.
Affirmative,
Try to kick
stand
it
by.
off, turn it back on, see if that helps. Mining mode.
Affirmative, stand by.
Nope. And see all these rocks out here that are supposed to be scanned should be showing up right now with that little icon on them, and they're not. See, there they go. See that? It's something's in the it's in the program. 3%, I can do better. That's a rock I would take as if I was almost full. And I might take it anyway. But I'm not really caring how much I make here. Is there another one out here that I saw? There's several out here that I saw. And you can tell visually when you come up on them in daylight, they'll be, they're a different color. The mineable rocks. See how they're kind of grayish and the other ones are red? That's pretty standard that the mineable rocks are. Like I say, in daylight, you don't really need the scanner. You can just fly around and you'll see them. But it's dark out here, so you got to get so close because the LOD ranges in this game are so short. Alright, I think I'll probably take this one just because I can. Like I say, 3%'s not great. It's not terrible, but I may get a good piece or two out of it. May. And that's the key. You want to break it down until you get a good piece. Don't just take junk. You're just filling up your hold with stuff that's going to hold down the value of your. So I'll break this down, and I want the pieces, if they're not over a 30% piece when I break them down, I won't even mess with them. See, my mining is not, there it goes. Didn't want to switch over. Which is server lag, whatever. This is almost 4%, so I could possibly get a couple 100% piece rocks out of it. The key to make good money mining is patience. You can make 100K an hour if you are patient. Knowing what the materials are worth, like I say, some stuff I won't even mess with. See, aluminum, it is not worth getting aluminum. I mean, if you were in a Orion mining ship where you could hold 5 million tons of it, that's fine. But in a little Prospector that only holds 32 SC, no. It's not worth collecting. Just can't carry enough. Now what happened to the argon? Just disappeared, did it? Appears to have just disappeared. Huh. Now, I've never had that happen before. It just disappeared, the rocks that I was looking at. But it sure as hell did, and there's no other piece there that I can tell. Huh. Well, I have no idea, unless it's a little bitty piece that's on the back side here. But I don't think so. Yep, I have no idea. I've never actually had that happen before. After I broke a rock, the material disappeared. There is no more section that I can see that there's any more.
I have seen that before.
Have you? First time I've ever seen that. That it just disappeared after I fractured it, and it sure did. All right.
A couple of times.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to worry about it. It's gone now. I mean, it was there. It said it was there, but... Scanning mode. We're not going to fight it. Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may now.
Kind of sucks, but such is life. And the best thing about VR is the immersion you get in the head tracking. It's really nice to, you know, just like any other VR game. You know, head tracking is it's just so nice. I mean, hands down, it makes the game one look, well, it makes Track IR look shitty. And Track IR is actually pretty good, but the head tracking that you get in your HMD is really, really nice. I mean, I can run gimbals no problem. I mean, just tracking with my headset and using gimbals. As you can see, I'm doing on these rocks here. Now, there was a rock here. I guess that's it, maybe. Doesn't look like that's it. But it just disappeared again. Like I say, it's Star Citizen. It has bugs. And they can be aggravated. Mining mode.
Affirmative. Stand by.
Well, look at this. Got even a better rock. Better mask, too. I'll probably get a decent piece out of this. Still, the ones you want are 10%, 20%. They're really nice. They pay really well. Like the first one I did. 43% cargo and got all those 100% piece rocks out of it. So right now in the cargo hold, I have nothing in there but aggregate. I have to move up a little bit. And sometimes, you know how it is when you're mining, you just come in, the first rock you get, it's got 25% aggregate in it, and you think, okay, I'm done. I've had it happen several times. And then I've looked, you know, sometimes it takes you forever to find it. So it does work both ways. Come on, I don't want to get any closer. But you gotta make me. And I don't use consumables. I do have a helix head. It bounces it fractures every rock I've ever had to worry about. So. Using the consumables with the radio manual, it's just really a pain in the ass to me.
Can you explain the mass vs SCU?
Hang on. The SCU is 100 units of a cargo. All right. All commodities are broke down to 1 unit. An SCU is 100 units. So one SCU is 100 units of individual cargo. Does that make sense? for you? Yeah, everything in this game is broken down into 1 unit at the minimum, and 100 units is 1 SCU.
How much mass is in a SCU?
It's not gone by mass because it's by volume, because some masses, some of it is, there's gas. Does that make sense? Which is totally weightless, but it still takes up space. So it varies, but 1 unit is always the same size, regardless of the weight. See, there's 100% rock. And this ship has a total capacity of 32 SCU, which would be 3,200 units. See, that's 59%, and I'll make a little bit of aluminum. So this is actually a 100% raw piece of rock. I'm not going to get any waste out of it, but aluminum's not going to pay very well. But at 51%, the agrium's worth taking. And I doubt if I'll find another piece of agrium here with 4% rock. Yep, that rock's done. Scanning mode. But see, I just pick out what I want out of the rock. I don't... Some people just come in here, they fracture that, they pick it all up. And you can do that, and you will make money, you just won't make as much. Scanning mode. Like I say, I quite frequently make 75 to 100K just out mining. And then if I could find any hand stuff, hand night, and fill my backpack up, there's another 16,500 credits. So it's easy to make money in a prospector. Just it all boils down to patience. I mean, some people don't think it pays anything because they just pick up anything they find. And if you do that, you can make as little as 5,000 credits. You know, I've never seen a load lower than 5,000 when I first started. But mining mode.
Affirmative, stand by.
But
The
see,
rock
like,
was 290 mass.
yes.
Would that be 2.9 SCU?
No. The mass doesn't translate. Does that make sense? Because all these materials weigh different. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't think there's any way to calculate when you find a mass of rock what it's going to translate into SCU. And I would imagine if I paid enough attention after every load and marked what my percentage was and what the rock was to begin with, what I got in SCU, you could probably eventually figure it out. Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may now proceed.
But I have learned that it's more about the percentage of what's in the material, what's in the section, than it is about the mass. Although, of course, a larger mass is going to have more in a given percentage. But they haven't given us anything as far as, not that they don't have it.
Thanks.
But, yeah, they may actually have a figure for mass to SCU somewhere written that they use for a guideline. But they've never released it as far as I know. But I do believe you could probably figure it out if you kept, if you checked everything before you fractured it and collected, then sold it, seen what it was. Because all agrium weighs the same. It's going to have the same mass per unit. So yeah, I imagine if you wanted to take the time, you could figure it out. Because there has to be some correlation. even if they're not releasing it. Mining mode.
Affirmative. Stand by.
See Brexolite. Most valuable material in the game. However, there's not a whole lot of it. Brexolite is the most valuable material in the game. But that's awful low percentage as far as I'm concerned. And I bet you I can't get a good piece out of 1%. Now I might be. I've seen things shit happen, but it is very valuable. Oops, wrong mode. But yeah, most valuable ore in a game is Brexolite. But as you can tell, it's a lot rarer, or it's pretty rare on this planet. Some planets have more of it. So, and in case you're wondering, it's very easy to blow up a Brexolite rock. For whatever reason, I don't know, but it will tend to blow up. See how quick it's climbing? I'm really backing off. It's one of the more volatile materials. See that? That's Brexolite. It's easy to blow it up. See, that means I had too much energy in the rock when it wanted to scatter that far. See, it still didn't get very good there. Let's try this piece over here. And the hef is set there, whatever what the big word is, that's the most valuable second tier rock, a material or ore, Hephaesonite. So at high percentages, that's valuable. It's not quite as valuable as, say, agrium, but in high percentages, yeah, see, this is not going to split. There's just, I'll split it again, but I don't expect a piece to fall out of this. It's worth getting. Still awfully low. It only went up, what, 0.4%? Percentage points. Like I say, once this gets to fracture stage, it really shoots up, and it's very easy to destroy it. See how quick this is climbing, and I'm up backed off my throttle almost all the way. That's just how this material acts. See 0.2%. 3%. See, that's just pretty much all inert materials. So yeah, see, I'm not going to get a piece out of there. I'm going to take 2.95%. It's just not that valuable that it's worth taking such a... I mean, I tried. It was possible I might get a 30-40% piece, and that would have been worth it. Depends on how it fractures. And it won't fracture the same every time. I mean, it's possible with that percentage to start with, I would actually got a good piece out of it. Scanning mode. But as it turned out, it was a waste of time. But you don't know until you try. All depends how it splits, and I don't know what the whatever, however they got it calculated. I don't know how they, but it's never the same. I mean, it's easy to take a low percentage piece and really get a 100% piece at the end. May not be very big, but it'll still be a 100% piece. But a rock like that, see, it would have been mostly inert material, and all that would have done was taken up a lot of space for no value in my cargo. Like I said, there's a lot of money to be had, and a lot of people are trying to solo mine with these moles, and that's just a waste of time. Yeah, you have more cargo, but you know what? You got to get in and out of your cockpit. So time-wise, it's not, there's nothing wrong with owning a mole, but they're made to be multiplayer, and if you're going to make money with it, you really need to get in there and get the job done. You can't dick around with, I think it's over there to the left a little bit. No, it's not showing up, is it? Huh. But see, in a mole now, you have all that cargo hold, all these clusters I found, clusters of rock, those are made for moles. A mole can come in and clean them clusters out in no time. Mining mode.
Affirmative. Stand by.
Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may now proceed.
And in a prospector, you don't hold as much. You got to be more selective if you want to make a big load. Also on a mole, now you got 3 people, 4 people actually is what it takes to operate it. You need a pilot, and you need 3 miners. So you got to split your riches 4 ways, and it only holds 3 times as much as a prospector. Mining mode.
Affirmative. Stand by.
Well, that ain't worth looking at. I don't see the other one out here. What's here? Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may now proceed.
And I'm not saying you can't do single-handedly with a mole what I'm doing here with the prospector, but the difference is, could you imagine the time involved of finding a rock, like I'm doing, then every time having to get out of your pilot seat, go down to the mining station. Then if you need to reset your ship, you can't. You got to get back out of the seat, and then back at the pilot seat. So, like I say, it wasn't ever designed to be solo mined with. People are doing it, but yeah. It was made for group play. And like I say, and then because you're group playing, you just take everything you can find. If you're doing like I'm doing, being selective, shit, you'll never fill that ship up. And then you got to split it 4 times. Like I say, you're going to make less money per person. Mining mode.
Affirmative. Stand by.
Nope. Scanning mode.
Accepted. You may now proceed.
But sometimes it's about the fun you have. It's not about how much you make. Wow, there's a graphical glitch. No idea why it's doing that. Is that sunrise maybe? I don't know. Sun may be rising behind me. No, it's not. So I have no idea what went on there. Huh. I was going to settle it down for sunrise, but I don't think so. Just a graphical glitch. And one more good rock and I'm done here. It's just that I'm not having any luck finding it. I'm already 70% full.
Do the gimbals work with head tracking, or is it still broken?
No, I'm using my head tracking to control my gimbals now on my mining laser. I've never known them to be broken. Now, it may be broken when you're using the facial stuff from SIG, but it's never been broken for me as far as using my HMD to head track. Or it just been broken when I haven't actually done any mining. That's a possibility too. Sometimes they don't mine for a long time. Okay. Come on, give me some rocks here. Just kind of caught that out of the corner of my eye. But yeah, as soon as my gimbal comes up, you'll notice I'm head tracking with my gimbal with my HMD. Where I look at points.
Theaters of War is coming.
Yeah.
After the 3.9 was gutted, I guess they're trying to make up for it.
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't even interest me. A mini game inside a game, I just, yeah, I don't even think I'll try it. I don't think it's going to be all that exciting. I cannot imagine it working very well. This engine, like I say, I don't know. Maybe it will. Mining mode.
Affirmative, stand by.
But see how my mining head's moving with my head tracking? It's gimbaled. It is gimbaled right now to my tracking. Yeah, see, all these things that were marked when I scanned should still be marked. They're not marking because whatever damn reason, bugs. Yeah, that's a pretty much useless group of rocks. Scanning mode. Just useless.
Accepted. You may now proceed.
Useless for my purpose. Yeah, I don't, I just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be that popular. They're just trying to put something else in to claim, see, look what we did. But it's not. It's going to be like Arena Commander and Star Marine. It's really not going to get played all that often. I mean, there was a time those two things were very popular, but that's because there was nothing at all in the PU. And now that there is, people just don't play them. I mean, you have some orgs that do, you know, like to go in and shoot each other, but and I like doing the FPS stuff in game. I'm constantly going hitting the bunkers and stuff. I enjoy doing it, but yeah, see, pre-arranged matches is all it is, as far as I'm concerned, is what Theater of War is. It's totally meaningless.
Why aren't my prior comments being spoken or showing up in your voice chat?
It should. Everything you type should be showing up. And should be relayed to me through there's Brexolite. Oh, here's a nice piece. 8% Brexolite. Now I'll actually make some money off this run. But yeah, see, I'm running totally with my gimbals here. And using gimbals of mine's a whole lot easier than... Come on, mouse, why aren't you... There it goes. This mouse wheel on this mouse is just about had it. I did order...
My prior questions were about those yellow blobs in the cockpit.
That is their new tech. For reflections, that is bad development design. Is what that is. They added massive reflections to your canopies, and that's actually reflections from the light. If I power down, it disappears. If I turn the lights off inside the cabin, that disappears. So what that boils down to is bad design, bad implementation. That's actually their reflection stuff. And it just makes the blob down there. As soon as they release, yes.
Are they taking the piss?
Yeah, I don't know what, you know what, I don't know what their whole was to it. I just, the first time I saw it, it was in 3.9 on the PTU, and I thought, what the hell's this? But that's what it was explained to me as. It's the reflection technology they use for the canopies on the new patch. And I can power down the ship and they'll disappear. But as long as I have lights on inside the ship, see all the lights, that's what you get. That's how good this technology they put in the game is. I'm hoping they clean it up, because yes, it's annoying. It looks like crap. 33%. There's a nice piece. But that's what it is.
Will you mine the new Quantanium ore?
I haven't. I have, but I'll only mine it. If I found a piece now, I'm 70% full. I would actually mine it. But I found one right when I started that had some quantium, but it wasn't a very big percentage. And I would have had to just go back to Port Olisar right away to get rid of it, to sell it. And it wasn't worth, it wasn't enough there percentage-wise for me to do it. But like right now, if I'd have found some, yes, I'd have taken it. Okay, we're going to split this piece again. You don't have all that much time to be running around like I'm doing, looking for stuff to. It's something you unless you get a lot of it, a high percentage, you really don't want to collect it until you're almost full. That way you don't have to run around with it in your storage hold waiting to blow up. Because it's time sensitive. The longer you have it, the closer it gets. And it's not all that long a timer on it.
Have you noticed anything missing in 3.9 like in 3.8.2?
Well, yeah, they turn a lot of stuff. You can't, whoops. You cannot, see, that's not going to cool down. I may have just ruined that piece. You can't spawn
you have 10 minutes.
You can't, yeah, but see, when you figure, depending on where you're at, time to get out of the atmosphere, time to get back, and you have no idea when you're going to find something to keep mining. So if you're empty and it's a low percentage, it's not worth picking up. Yeah, they have the ASOP terminals turned off for ground vehicles right now that I know of. You cannot spawn rovers or cyclones anywhere but at the major hubs. They turned all that off. So yeah, they got a lot of stuff turned off to fit this patch in. But that's pretty standard. I mean, they keep taking stuff out to make room for new stuff, but maybe one of these days they'll quit doing that. Well, I'm going to take it to 5%.
You don't have the Argo mole, do you?
No. Okay, I'm full. Can't get no more. And I'll be willing to bet I'm worth about, so I got a 70K load easy, maybe a little better. Even though I wasn't super selective. Mining mode.
Affirmative, stand by.
Cruise control. I think I watched the moon, Crusader go underneath the planet, so I'm going to need orbital marker. Range.
Collecting data.
And if you're lucky, it's real easy to make 100K real quick. In a few minutes. First time you come out here, you got a 25% piece of agrium, first scan. I've had it happen.
Jumping.
And like today, I had to look a little bit. So, but the difference is between mining and say cargo running. I don't need a $300 ship like a Caterpillar to do it, or worse, a Carrick. That's $600 and some dollars. I can, and I have no risk. Star map. I'm not going to look for this planet. Star map.
Activating now.
Oops.
Will you acclimate to flat screen gameplay after Fukin removes VR support?
Yeah, you know what? I'm hoping they keep direct L11 support. I'll probably quit playing the game, to be quite truthful. I don't like playing this game on the monitor. It just takes the fun out of it for me. So I'm hoping, even though they go to Vulcan, they keep the other support in. I don't know that they will do that. Some games have both support, you know. Close star map.
Affirmative.
It's what I'm hoping they do. But, you know, knowing Star Citizen, Chris Roberts, they'll take it out. Cruise control. Range.
Affirmative. Collecting data.
So I'm hoping they don't do that. Jump.
Jumping.
It's not jumping. Why aren't you jumping? I'm not in the atmosphere.
Did you see the new Dual Universe trailer?
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yes, and I actually have Dual Universe. I backed it some time ago. So. And I went in a little bit yesterday, but I didn't really get into it because I was helping the man at trying to get his character unstuck or invisible. Jump.
Jumping.
But yeah, I mean, it's a different style of game. I mean, it's, you know, it's not Star Citizen, but it looks I think it's going to be fun. I mean, it's going to be beta. It's going to go to beta this summer. It'll probably release by the end of the year. Now, I mean, you don't have, the graphics are great in Dual Universe, all right? Now, you don't have the detail that Star Citizen has. I mean, these people have gone nuts with detail on all the objects, of course. But thing about Dual Universe, almost everything in a game you create. Your spaceship, your hovercraft, your space stations, your cities, it's all player created. And you know what? Some of these people make ships that look much better than what Chris Roberts' design team had made. So, yeah, people, you know, they're saying it's not Star Citizen. Well, no, but you guys, yeah, I bet, you know, especially since it's going to be playable for everybody, people are going to jump ship. Once it get, you know, the videos get out and streamers get out.
I've reinstalled GTA Online after a year. Now I remember why I uninstalled.
Why is that?
If you think Star Citizen has bad netcode, you haven't seen anything yet.
I'd heard that about GTA, that it had bad code. What am I going to do here? Oh, permission to land. Forgot what I was doing.
Approach protocols engaged.
I've heard that. And I heard people exploited it all the time, but close mobile glass.
Closing mobile glass.
But as I've never played it, I don't, you know, you hear people who are whiners, you don't know what's true, what's not true. Landing mode.
The landing gear is down and locked.
Yeah, I'll come in here to land, I'll turn the ship off, and you'll see that blob will disappear. It's reflections. It's ridiculous. But see how bad the reflections are in this ship? When you have something daylight around you, see all this crap? Just amazes me they add it, you know. They have to run your view with something. It seems like to be the Star Citizen way. If you have a good clear view, let's fuck it up. Like I say, that's Chris Roberts. He's, you know, I'm sorry. Why would you buy that off? It's not impressive. It's just trashy. Come on, I'm on the ground. You gonna tell me I'm on the ground? Guess not. Power down.
Power
See how the
down.
reflection disappeared? Like I say, it's their new tech. Can't, you know, the reflection shit. Exit seat.
Affirmative.
Yeah, it's new on this patch, their reflection tech. You get into the Freelancer now, the window is so bad in the front you can't even see out of it. Because of the reflection crap. Like I say, you got a good view and they screw it up. Because heaven forbid you be able to see their bad LODs. And I think that's the reason they do it. Trying to hide that everything's such short range LODs in this game.
Reflection tech.
Yeah.
Designed to annoy.
Designed to annoy. You know, there's nothing wrong with putting in reflections. But you know what? Everything starts at just like their weather tech. Well, let's just not put in weather. Let's make it so bad that you can't see through it. You know what I mean? Why would you? I just don't understand it. And it's not like the wind blows so bad that only once in a while, you know, you go down to the planet and it blows so bad you can never see.
What's with the gold armor?
I just thought it was good looking. That's all. It's the same set as my white armor. I have both. It's just that this has got gold trims versus the white trim. Doesn't mean nothing else. It was bought in game. Okay, there it goes. 67. I said 70,000. I was close. But see, the key here, I'm a little higher on materials than I want to be. I like to keep it under 10%. So I wasn't real. But see how much this Bexolite is worth? See, I only got 10% of it, but it's worth 13, 14K there. Which is really, you know.
Your character runs very quickly.
No, quick. Well, I wear medium armor. What you see is people always wearing heavy armor, so it slows your character down. Medium and light character do not restrict your movement. Heavy armor does, and of course everybody thinks they're so bad at hiding behind a box they have to wear heavy armor. But see, I like the medium armor because I have found that the NPCs, when I do FPS stuff, they're really bad at hitting a moving target, especially when it moves faster. And I get better movement, you know. And it's noticeable to me when I'm playing FPS, like now. It's noticeable to me when my movement is much smoother, much quicker. It's not, you know, you're wearing this heavy armor shit and your movements are not as fluid. Now, I guess...
Has Olisar been given a makeover on its interior?
No. Yes, some of it. Not in here they haven't, but like the doors out here. Remember they used to be the same color as these doors here? See this? You'll notice they're now white. See all this? The room inside there is all white now instead of yellow, so parts of it have, yes. That little Prospector I just got out here got a makeover. It used to be all silver or material, you know what I mean? Now it's got a blue paint job on it. Same way with the Freelancer. Yeah, they went in through here and put paint on damn near everything. On 3.9 patch. Yeah, so I haven't noticed. The Cutlass, of course, is already painted. Nothing else. I haven't checked out the Hornet to look at it. Of course, my Renegade has already got a paint job on it, so they couldn't mess that up. Most Avengers do. They're either paint it white or they're paint it like mine. But yeah, the Prospector's got a paint job on it.
I saw the price of the Prowler.
Yeah.
$425. Are sig effing kidding?
Yeah. I can't wait to buy one. Yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. So that wasn't bad. We made a little money there. I said 70K and I hit 67. Like I say, it's easy to do 75 to 100K. Just be a little bit more pickier than I was right there. Just when I did want to take the extra time. I did notice that I did not see one diamond gemstone to manually mine. I wonder if they have it turned off. Did you notice that? It's kind of strange that after that time I was out there, 45 minutes, never found one gemstone. I bet you they got them turned off for hand mining except in caves.
Did you get a server wipe?
Yes, they did do a server reset yesterday, and they screwed a whole lot of people up. Demented Warlock, you've probably seen him playing here with me before. His character is completely invisible now, and he cannot even turn on his mobile glass. It's just invisible too. So yeah, they got a lot of people. They screwed up their database. No way to fix it. We spent most of yesterday trying to get it work, trying various things to get his character back to be invisible. Nothing worked. Still broke. So yeah, they did a server database.
Rest in peace, long-term persistence.
You know what? It's not long-term persistent. Did you hear what they did? They changed the SOCS, or they were working on it. And the iCache is supposed to hold so many items, like 100 I think was a default that's on the ships and stuff. Somehow they screwed it around and put it in as 1,000, and that's why things were doing so badly and they had the server wipe. They had to clean all that shit out. Or they had the database wipe on the server side because of their mistake. It wasn't actually the persistence that caused it. Well, it was because they store it. You know what I mean? But it was storing thousands of items in their database versus the hundred of each item it was supposed to. Like a ship has a cache of 100 items, all right? Well, it was storing 1,000, and so that's just, the servers were just fucking. I mean, they're overloaded as it is. And they were really overloaded. So yeah, it was their mistake. Somebody put the wrong number in. I'm telling you what happened. And it wasn't intentional, you know what I mean? But it sure messed a lot of shit up. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was, nobody did it on purpose, but somebody put in the wrong number.
Is the performance better?
It's a little better than it was. But we're talking 2 or 3 frame rates right now. We're running what? I'm running, let me see if I can see. I'm running 32. So here at Olisar, what was I running? 25, 26 yesterday before the wipe. So it's a little better, but it's not as good as 3.82. See, normally I could run 40 plus here in Olisar all the time. No matter how many people were here, and now I can't hit that. So it's a little better than it was. I don't know what the RAM usage is, but I bet it's 16 or 17 still. So the RAM usage is still way up. I can look. Should be on the screen. Yeah, RAM is 16.5 gigs. So, and you'll notice that my GPU and CPU, percentage-wise, they're not getting utilized to their max. It's all bad coding.
Elite's next paid update has been delayed.
Yeah.
No surprise.
No, not with
However, the reveal of it hasn't been delayed.
Well, that's probably good, though. That's probably good. Well, yeah, there's no sense delaying the reveal. Everybody's aware of what they're going to do, but everybody's going to want to see what they're done with it. You know what I mean? So I think that's probably a good idea, not to delay that. Sig's already talking about having a free fly. Can you imagine? Let's see, I can store this ship. Couldn't store the Titan. Yeah, Frig's talking about having a free fly on this patch. Jesus Christ. Why would you want to show this off? Although, I'm surprised the time for me to mine, I did not crash for 30K.
Do you have No Man's Sky?
No.
It supports full VR.
I know, and I tried it, and I hate it. It's a full survival game, and I spent I went in there and tried to like it, and it was very pretty and all that stuff. But I spent the whole first hour I spent in there trying to stay alive by survive. You know what I mean? And yeah, this game's not for me. I mean, I don't mind survival elements, but I don't want to play a survival game. And that's all in No Man's Sky. Yes, it has other things in it, but the biggest part is it is a survival game. And I did not find that enjoyable at all. I did. I bought it and turned it back in. It wasn't for me. It was pretty. I mean, make no mistake about it. It played in VR really well. But just that style of game is no. I'm not spending all my time looking for food to eat. I want to play the damn game, you know? If I want it
The
survival
Free
game,
Fleet is going to invite Greyfurs.
yes.
Also, how many own a killer rig to run this slideshow?
Yeah, you know, yeah. I could say I can't believe they're even talking about having a free fly in this month sometime. After you know the way this is running, why would you even think that's a good idea? But you know, historically, every time they get a really bad patch, they have a free fly. I don't know what the deal is. You know, last free fly was on a shitty patch. So, and they won't patch it before they free fly it either. I mean, it won't be up to snuff. So, like I say, I don't know why you would do that to yourself. And like I say, they're artists. They do a really good job. You know, it's pretty. You know, it's interesting. But they just can't make it work. You know, their engine just isn't up for what they're trying to make it do. And like I say, they've turned more shit off every time they have a patch. They got to turn shit off. You know, I just.
There aren't a lot of NPCs around.
No, they took them all out, and the ones that are around are just standing there. They're in the game, but they're not moving. But you notice, remember how many NPCs there were everywhere before that walked around and stuff? You'll notice that you can't even see one now. They had to turn them all off, take them out. Like I say, I just okay, I got to eat. And I don't like their survival mechanic here either. I can tell you that.
The AI is crap.
Oh, yeah, it's really bad. It may eventually get better. I mean, I'm hoping it does. I am hoping it does. Hey, it didn't disappear. Alright, I want to take a drink here, right? Little radio menu. Now, see how long this takes to do this. This is why all this. They have to do things half-assed. They do everything with bad implementation. And I'll throw the bottle on the ground. See that? Just, I gotta eat.
Food and water should just be a little machine on your ship, not
Yeah.
actually
Oh,
restaurants.
They have food and water on some of the ships. You can't use it. You know, you got a big ship that's got you got a sink in it and a shower. They ain't got no water.
I can't wait for the POO and piss mechanics to be implemented.
Oh, you know what?
I can imagine players using glitches to crap in the open.
Oh, yeah.
Like Star Trek.
Yes. It's just going to be ridiculous. Well, come on. I mean, why would you even want that mechanic in a game is what gets me. Okay, so let me pull it out. Why are you doing this to me?
LOL.
Yes, I know it's ready. There it goes. Eat. Now, see, look how long it takes to do this. You know, we will eventually get something to eat here. Should. No, see, it's not going to work. Star Citizen. They put this shit in the game and then they don't fucking... Well, see, technically it used it, but it didn't help me any. Let's try carrying it. Maybe if I can get it out in the open. Nope. See, it's not working. Oh, there he is. Now I should be able to eat it out here. But see, just...
The interaction menu is clearly for new console port.
Yes.
I can also see cooking being implemented as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Sid
Like I
will
said.
think of anything including the kitchen sink.
Well...
It takes more time, lol.
Well, yeah, it's a time sink. All this is a time sink, is all it is. He likes to make time. He has no gameplay, so he tries to make up for it with time sinks. I mean, I don't know. Okay, we're full now. Now you got to put back on your helmet, or you'll die when you go into airlock. Yep, there you go. There's the food and drinking mechanic. Doesn't work very well. It's very time delayed. It's not impressive. But they sure were proud of it when they advertised it. Alright, I guess I'm going to get out of here for now. See if I can't get a few things done today. I really have 3 tomato plants I got to plant. Before they die in the tray. And I'm surprised I got this much gameplay in and didn't crash. I was expecting it to crash on the stream. It really was. So we're going to get out of here for now. We'll probably come back later. Of course we will. Oh, like I say, I may be playing some dual universe.
See you on later.
Alrighty. And enjoyed the conversation as always. It makes it so much more enjoyable. Oh goodness. Yeah, I nothing better than fresh tomatoes. You know, I just love it. So I gotta plant them so I can have lots of tomatoes. All right, buddies. We'll talk at everybody later.